We're on to the Mortgage Music City Bowl in Nashville, Tennessee.
Mortgages.
Yes.
Bowl games.
We have the Demon Deacons, Wake Forest, going up against Mississippi State. SEC, ACC, Nashville, Tennessee, December 30th after the Iowa State Rutgers game. Go, Chuck.
Battle of two 6-6 teams. Mississippi State's one of my most disappointing teams of this year. I really thought they'd be 9-3, 10-2. Maybe if the ball bounces the right way, they have an Auburn-like season.
Well,
I'm picking them.
Heck, Auburn. That game, they had that down at the 1 yard line on the game-winning drive. So yeah, you said Mississippi State.
I'm going Mississippi State.
I'm going Mississippi State as well.
All right.
My biggest reason just happens to be that they play in the SEC, and Wake Forest plays in the.
And if everything's 50-50, you got to
ACC,
go with the Big 12
or
SEC type teams. Yeah,
because they had those conferences were just
when in doubt,
dang tough this year.
Yeah.
Iowa, Oklahoma. I think we're looking at a game where Iowa's biggest hope for this game is that Oklahoma just comes in not wanting to be there, sluggish, and doesn't really care. That's going to bode really, really well for the Hawkeyes. If they come in and Oklahoma's like, you know what, let's make the most of this, we're a little ticked off right now, that may not bode so well for the Hawkeyes. Chuck, give us your pick.
I'm going Iowa, and I'm going big. 45-28.
That is a bold prediction right there, and if it's true, the week after the bowl game, okay, right before the national championship game, I will have an Iowa hat, T-shirt, something on.
All right, you heard it here first.
Now, not only do they have to win, I want to give you guys by 17. You actually had more than 17 on there, right?
Was that 45-28? What I?
Yeah, is that 17?
That's 17. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do 10.
All right.
Even if they beat them by 10.
10 points. That's great.
Okay. So I'll have to basically what I'm saying is I'll have to do.
That's cool.
Okay. All right. So any thoughts on why they're going big? I know we're going to have a little more.
Well,
just quick thoughts.
I think you got Norm. He's leaving. Norm's retiring. I think this is a big time for Iowa to make a little recruiting push. I harken back to 2007 when Oklahoma took on Boise State. We knew Boise State was pretty good. That was a good team, but Oklahoma, they're just like, hey, we're just Oklahoma. And I know Bob Stoops will try to get him fired up, but he's not great at big games and getting the team going.
No, he's not.
And I think no one coaches Iowa down like Kirk Ferentz does, and in a game like this, I don't think anyone coaches him up as good as he will. And by that time, rumors might be swirling even more that he's going to the Chiefs, and who knows by then.
Well, I don't see it going that way. I hope it goes that way. I have Oklahoma. To be honest with you, I couldn't even give you the score right now. If I had to give you one right now, I'd probably say something like 35-21 Oklahoma. But it could swing both ways.
Yeah, that's right along the lines of the spread. So. Okay. That's fair.
All right. Insight Bowl. That is the final game on the 30th. That one's going to be a late one, folks. 9 o'clock kickoff time. So
yeah, it's going to be a party all day.
Yeah. I'm going to be watching that Iowa State game. Probably taking a little bit of hiatus from I might check in on the Mississippi State Wake Forest game.
I'd be napping.
But yeah, I need to get ready for that Insight Bowl later on that night.
Recharge.
Next day, we got the 31st, New Year's Eve. Starting off, Car Care, Texas, A&M, Northwestern. I really like this matchup.
Yeah, now we're getting to somewhere. There's some good games.
Yeah, this is one of those games where you can almost consider maybe 50-50.
It's about time. It only took us like 20 games to get to a good game.
Yeah, so I think this is going to be a very well... I was about to say very well coached. I don't know that Texas A&M...
Well, they even have a coach.
So... it's about to be just a very well played game in terms of the chess match, which is Texas A&M Northwestern. Texas A&M, you don't know what you're going to get out of them. They could end up being ahead by 30 at halftime, and they really could. They have the talent, but they may lose by 21 because Northwestern will come out and play. Purcell will start to throw the ball around. Defense will get tired. A&M will have some turnovers, and they decide not to finish the game. Who knows? I'm going to give the edge to A&M because of talent level and because they play in the Big 12. But this is one of those games where you can go into, and I would not bet on this game if someone forced me to, because you just don't know what's going to happen. Northwestern can go into Nebraska in that hostile environment and win. Texas A&M can have a 21-point lead on Arkansas and blow it.
Yeah.
So, Chuck, thoughts?
They had a big lead against Oklahoma State. Yep. Blew it. I'm going A&M. Northwestern, they played pretty good in bowl games, competitively at least. They should have beat Auburn a couple years ago. I'm going A&M, though. I liked Mike Sherman all year. This is another team with Mississippi State, I thought, at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, big disappointment.
Yeah, and they've been very disappointing. But I'm going to give them a chance to try to right the ship.
Okay. So, what are we at now? Like, do we only have 4 that are different now? 5?
Yeah, I think 4.
Okay. So, we're going to the Sun Bowl. This is, of course, in El Paso, Texas. Not sure how El Paso is. Never been there, but I don't think it can be all that spectacular.
Wasn't warm last year, but it's warm usually.
Georgia Tech. Okay, the Yellow Jackets take on the Utah Utes.
2 Utes.
I don't know if Utah's going to be able to handle the type of running game that Georgia Tech has. I'm going with Georgia Tech.
Me too. Paul Johnson, great coach, did real well at Navy. He's got his offense clicking in Georgia Tech. This is the kind of game where they excel. I know Utah's got some athletes. Not as many this year as normal. Georgia Tech all over.
And you can look at Georgia Tech record and say, what were they, 8-4?
8-4.
And you can sit there and say, wow, that's 4 losses. But you got to understand, a lot of these losses are in the ACC, right? Now, these ACC teams, they know what Georgia Tech's all about. They're prepared for this. They play this team every single year. So it's not just new. It's not like when Iowa had to go and play in the Orange Bowl against Georgia Tech and just had to figure it out like that. Granted, Norm Parker did just an absolute wonderful job in that game of getting those guys prepared because they shut it down.
Yeah.
Now, that's the type of defensive coach and defensive mentality that you have to have coming in to play a Georgia Tech team, which you're not used to year in and year out. It is much harder to do that for Utah than it would be for a team like Maryland to all of a sudden get up and play Georgia Tech.
Absolutely.
All right.
So you're going Georgia Tech, too?
I'm going Georgia Tech.
Absolutely.
All
Good
right.
call.
The AutoZone Liberty Bowl, Cincinnati, Vanderbilt. Are we going to see a fight?
Well, I think since those guys aren't going to be playing basketball, they might be on the football field.
They might be out on the field.
Just don't disrespect those guys on Twitter, which is something we won't be doing at CyHawkThoughts.
Yes. I'm not going to mess with you, Gates.
No.
Because I see what you do. You will come and just punch me when I'm not looking.
It's possible.
And then another guy's going to kick me in the head after I'm down.
Yeah, and that's bad, too.
Yeah.
Now, Jordan Rodgers, his brother, he's pretty famous quarterback. Aaron Rodgers. He does this thing called a discount double check. He plays for Vanderbilt. They're going to lose, though. Cincinnati going to win. Cincinnati, I think they got something to prove. Vanderbilt, yeah, they're SEC. Yeah, Vanderbilt's going to a bowl. I don't know when the last time they went to a bowl was. But they got a good quarterback, and he's got some bloodlines. I'm going with Cincinnati.
All right. Well, that's good. You get in yourself another one. I'm not going to go with the Baby Cats. Let's go Vanderbilt. Let's go Commodores. Let's put together a 7-6 team. I've always had some respect for you. I've always kind of felt like you were kind of the low guy on the SEC totem pole, being the private school there.
They're like the Northwestern.
Yeah. Why can't Northwestern and Vanderbilt a little more so this year in basketball? But I mean, Duke's private, but they seem to always have a good basketball
Duke's
team.
pretty good.
Yeah. Absolutely horrible at football, but in terms of basketball, they're obviously pretty good. You'd think that Northwestern or Vanderbilt would be able to perform some basketball teams, but they just really haven't yet. So let's go Commodores. All right, is that 5 different now?
Yeah.
Okay, the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl, another place where I thought Iowa State might have landed.
Fight hunger.
Glad we didn't land there. Because we might have had to play Illinois or UCLA. Neither team I want to play, and it's not because I'm scared of them. It's just because, these are 2 teams that really don't care right now. Zook's gone. Illini went 6-0 to 6-6. So, if there's anyone that just pounding their head against the wall right now, it's Illinois. And UCLA was all like, yay, we went to the championship game at 500.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said.
And then got trounced.
Yeah.
And now
they had a cool little reverse play, though, but that's about it.
I really think that both of these teams are excited to play each other. Illinois is like, yes, we get to beat up on a team that went to a championship game in their conference. And UCLA is like, yes, we get to play a team that's on a 6-game losing streak. So maybe it'll be a good game. But
it sure could. I'm not going to probably watch this.
No, but I'm not gonna. But yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm glad Iowa State's not playing one of these.
No
teams.
kidding.
All right, but if I had to make a choice, I would pick that 0-6 slide to bounce back and get their first win in 7 games.
You and me both. Illinois.
Okay.
Fighting ex-Zooks.
Now the ex-Peach Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Chick-fil-A. Virginia versus the Cheesies in Auburn. Atlanta, Georgia, New Year's Eve, final game, New Year's Eve. I got to go with Auburn, unfortunately. I think they still have some athletes there. The Cavaliers had some good games this year, but I'm going to go with SEC over ACC again.
Well, I'm going with Virginia, so there's another one we got different.
6?
Yeah.
6, okay.
I don't like the fighting cheesies, and I'm not taking them.
Okay, War Eagle going down.
I haven't taken the fighting cheesies the last 2 years, and I've gotten screwed, so that probably bodes well for you on Auburn winning.
Yes. Okay. So we are now at the Ticket City, Houston versus Penn State. It's defense versus offense right here, and this is going to be a fun game. This is one of those games that we talked about, kind of like the Texas A&M Northwestern game. I think it's just going to be a fun game.
Was it Unstoppable Force, Irresistible Object? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I don't know.
Irresistible Object, Unstoppable Force.
Basically, what's going to happen is this.
Yeah, they're going to collide.
Yep, and you're going to see a really high-powered offense go on and take a very, very sound defense. Here's a question for you. When is the last time that Penn State has been in a bowl game without Joel Paterno at the helm?
1960.
Sounds good, folks.
I don't know.
All right. But it's a little fun. I usually don't come up with those little fun questions.
1592.
Yeah.
1611.
I think that the Houston offense is going to outdo the Penn State defense, though.
I concur.
Okay.
Houston, all the way.
Good game.